Hi there, future leaders of artificial intelligence. Welcome to Anodiam, education that enlightens. So far, we have seen that during training, how backpropagation reduces error in the neural network, moving from output to input along each neuron of the artificial neural network, just like this. And that is how the neural network is trained by the patterns of your training data to do a task with minimal errors. Also, we have seen how a properly trained neural network functions through forward propagation from input to output, from left to right, along the layers of neurons through activation, and performs a task just like this. Let us now take a closer look at what actual mathematical calculations happen inside the neurons during performing a task with forward propagation and training with your backward propagation. Consider we have an artificial neural network that is properly trained to predict the price of a piece of a real estate. This neural network is nothing but a computer program that consists of artificial neurons, which are nodes inside the artificial neural network. To calculate and predict the price of any real estate, given inputs of its floor area in 100 square centimeters, number of bedrooms, and the quality of locality the real estate is located in, ranked in 1 to 5, 5 being the best quality, 1 being the most poor quality, the neural network has to first calculate intermediate features from the inputs, as in spaciousness. The price of the house depends on how spacious it is. It also depends on how convenient living in the house is. Now, the intermediate features of spaciousness and convenience can be directly calculated from the inputs of floor area, number of bedrooms, and quality of locality. Therefore, the outputs of a previous layer of a neural network becomes the input to the next layer of neurons. Also, each neuron does a little bit of decision making in its own part called its activation. And thus, we move from input to output in a forward propagation, making the final decision. Let us now take an example of predicting the price of a house that is 130 square meters floor area, has 3 bedrooms, and is in a locality of rank 2. Because spaciousness depends more on the floor area, we multiply the floor area by 10. Spaciousness also somewhat depends on number of bedrooms, so we multiply number of bedrooms by 3. Spaciousness doesn't really actually depend on locality rank a lot, so we multiply locality rank by a small coefficient 1 and then add up the products like this, and we get a spaciousness factor of say 30. Next, we need to calculate the activation from the spaciousness neuron that will pass on to the price neuron. Because the spaciousness factor 30 is greater than equal to 24 and less than 32, making the activation is equal to 3. And we apply this non-linear logic to calculate the activation. And we find that the spaciousness of this particular house has got the activation of 3. Now, what does this activation value of 3 mean? It means that this spaciousness neuron on its own part has taken a decision about this particular house with these input parameters, that its spaciousness is of the order 3 in a scale of 1 to 5. And this is its contribution for the entire neural network to calculate the price, and it will pass on this activation of 3 to the next neuron to calculate price. Similarly, we calculate the convenience from the locality rank, number of bedrooms and floor area by adding up the products of the respective coefficients and the input parameters and get a convenience factor of 41.5. We use this activation logic, which is nonlinear in nature, and deduce that the activation of the convenience neuron for this particular house to calculate the price is 2 in a scale of 1 to 5. Because this convenience factor 41.5 is greater than equal to 36 but less than 45, making the activation exactly equal to 2. Now, price of a house depends a bit more on spaciousness nowadays than convenience. So we multiply the spaciousness activation of 3 by 10 and the convenience activation by a coefficient of 5, and we add up the products to get 40. We apply this 40 to another activation of the price neuron to finally produce the output of the price. You may please do the calculations yourself to verify the result. So this is about the mathematics of the forward propagation to predict the price of a particular real estate from inputs like floor area, number of bedrooms, locality rank, through intermediate features like spaciousness and convenience, and finally predicting the price by a neural network. Now, this neural network was already pre-trained to calculate the price of a real estate from the input features like floor area, number of beds and locality rank. That is, it knew the patterns of how the price varies according to floor area, number of beds and locality. But how was this neural network trained in the first place? We will look into that in the next video. Thank you. If you found this video informative, do give us a like. Do not forget to subscribe and share. Thanks again from anodiam.com, education that enlightens.